Good evening, everyone, and welcome to The Tonight Show. Tonight's top story. Iceland is being invaded by an enemy force. Researchers tell us that the force is actually ants. They are tricky, they are crafty, they are small, and when you close one hole, they will find another. Iceland officials have issued a draft for more troops to fight off the invaders. Local couple discovers a jungle in their backyard. Turns out waiting 8 years to do any sort of trimming is a terrible idea. They've decided just to invite local wildlife rather than trim any of it back. More on that later with Zenton Bigsby. This week in fashion, musicians have set a trend that's sweeping the nation. It's called monobudding. There are rumors surrounding this trend suggesting that one side or the other could have some significance, but as of right now, there is no truth to be found. So, grab yourself a pair of earbuds, pick a side, and stick it in there. And now we're going to turn it over to Jay Baden and Trish Poindexter as they give us the highlights of this week's Drunk Speed Baking Championship.
The air is electric in the kitchen this morning. Trish, are you ready for some baking today?
Jay, I am ready like a daffodil in new soil.
All right, well, those of you watching at home, grab a glass and let's get started.
Jay, I never go anywhere without my mug.
Excellent. Well, the ingredients are going in. You can tell this competition's begun.
Now, Jay, what do you think that white powder is?
It's probably sugar, Trish.
I do like some sugar in my bowl in the morning.
Well, it's getting mixed in the bowl real good there.
I do love the mixing pot. It's my favorite pot. Back on the farm when we used to mix, we had to use 3 shovels and 3 people just to get any of it done.
That's a mighty impressive story. Oh, look, is the mixer having troubles?
My goodness, do you see that smoke?
I do, Trish. It's smoking real good, like back in Sugar Bowl 37 when the mixers broke down and everyone had to resort to hand mixing.
Well, on the farm, we hand mix all the time.
Cute anecdote, Trish.
Would you look at all them chips, Jay?
That's a lot of chips, Trish.
My mama always said if the bag ain't empty, you ain't done.
Let's cut to freeze frame. Now, as you can see in the dough, it has a high chocolate chip density, and that's very important in chocolate chips. Also, notice that in this hand mixing, the fingers are really kneading down into the dough. That's also very important.
I do like a competitor with some strong fingers.
We'll also notice over here, we have that some of the dough is escaping. It seems like it's going in a this-way route.
I think we're going to have a dilemma, Jay.
Yeah, where do you think those 3 chips are going to go?
Well, I hope they're going in the mouth. Perfect. I see the situation's getting nuttier out there.
You know, Trish, nuts are a controversial topic in baking these days.
Yes, I heard that was because of the major Mr. Peanut fiasco of '97.
Well, we're in the home stretch now, Trish.
Why, yes, they are precariously placing their plops on the pan.
Poignant pronouncement.
And look at that nice slow motion drink.
We've had some real good footage today.
Oh, I believe it's cookie time.
Indeed. Well, we've had a good time here today. We hope everyone else has had a good time.
We have had such a lovely experience, and now a word from our sponsors. These are trying times that we are living in, and perhaps you cannot go out and shop when you are used to, in the fullness of the moon. So you must prepare yourself for the day star. Make sure that you apply your lotion everywhere, all over your arms, on any possible exposed skin. Make sure you cover all of the holes. And then once you are done covering yourself with the lotion, you add your layers of clothing for protection as well. We cannot take any risks when we go out. And make sure that you do not forget your headwear and your very nice gloves, as well as your protective eyewear. And now it is time for adventure. Give yourself a parasol for extra protection. This has been a public service announcement from Vampires Anonymous.
G'day folks, Zenton Bigsby here. We're gonna go on an adventure today to discover the animals of Iceland Kingdom.
What we're going to do now is find an angry yelling bird. They like to be in places where they can be angry and yell and like to be high ups in order to pass judgment on others.
As you can see, the yelling bird is a mostly flightless bird, as its wings have
decreased in size over time compared to the rest of its body. When confronted by another creature, the yelling bird angrily expels judgmental comments.
Hey, T-Rex, maybe if you washed your hands, you wouldn't be extinct now.
Next up, we are going to interview the inquisitive owl who talks as well as does interviews. So Al, who might you be?
Who might I be?
Yes.
Is that a specious joke?
No, I just want to know your name.
Well, I can't believe you don't know my name. My name is Reginald Albus Dusseldorf III, and you, sir, would do well to remember that.
Yes. What's your favourite colour?
What's my favorite color? You meet a talking owl, and that's what you ask it? Really? What's my favorite color? Wow, you're obviously not the president of your country.
And what is your typical day in Knightsland?
Well, recently my typical day has been I get up and I hunt some food and then I get interrupted by some idiot asking me questions.
Well, that does not sound very fun.
It's not.
If I see one of these idiots asking you questions, I'll be sure to steer them a different direction.
Crikey, it's a crocodile! Alright, with us today we have Banton Zigsby to tell us about animals in his neck of the woods. Banton!
Well, thank you there, Zanton. We ain't really seen too many animals around here. We thought we might see some, so we looked for some, and then when we looked, we didn't see none. So no, we ain't seen none. But I tell you, if we do see some, I'll be sure to tell you about it.
We've spotted a majestic narwhal. You can see its horn going up and down in the water. If we're lucky, it'll do some majestic flips. Yes, very majestic flips. The majesty of such a creature is quite immense. Just watch as it does its last flop.
Our last mark of the day is the wild Danielamus, the matriarch of Knightsland Kingdom. To spy this mark, I've donned camouflage to blend in with the suburban home. In order to lure the Danielamus out of hiding, we need to use the finest bait.
The wild Danielamus appears and circles the bait, looking suspiciously, but now eyeing it more closely because it is delicious bait. First she sniffs it, and then takes a sip to see if it is poisoned in any way. Seemingly not inspecting the bottle, decides it's good bait and nestles in her nest. Once in the nest, the wild Danielamus attracts the local wildlife of Knightsland.
Alright folks, that's it for this week. Next week, tune in and you'll see a wallaby who's friends with a cow.
Thanks for that, Zanton. That was very enlightening. Well, that's all we have for today, folks. Make sure to tune in next week for more fun, frivolity, feverishness, and other things that rhyme with what I just said.
That was the news coming to you on Corin TV.
Was it that rough tonight?
The Tonight Show.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was doing so well until I looked at the owl again.
I hope you learn
Hinting
lots
upon,
about
I don't even know.
animals and also how to wear your earbuds. I mean, bud.
Who might I be?
Tune in next
Play by
week
play
for
on I Would Like to Do
another
This
show
Again.
of Oh God, I'm stuck in a tent, so we ain't going nowhere.
I can't work with these amateurs.
Venture to discover the something of something land.
Was very, I don't know.
I don't know either.